Hello there, my honey roasted sirloin steaks, and welcome to your daily dose of Zomboid news. As usual, I saw the news and immediately dropped everything I was working on to deliver this to you all as fast as humanly possible. This video was actually supposed to go online yesterday, but then my mic corrupted my audio. Roasted sirloin steak. So I am really crossing my fingers that does not happen again. That being said, let's get into the news. Today's news is titled Nice. Build 41.69 is now available in its unstable beta build version on Steam for all of you experimentalists to try out. Some of the big things the new build adds is the option to make a scarecrow and the ability to play dress up with the lab mannequins, as you can now dress them in your own clothing. This is how the lab mannequins look like, by the way, so I suppose you can now kinda use them as a visible clothing hanger. I gotta say that the purpose of the scarecrow is a bit vague to me, as there aren't any visible birds eating your crops yet, and I highly doubt that zombies will get deterred by a bit of straw dressed in clothing. But I am sure we'll find use later on, and meanwhile you can put your clothing on the scarecrow as well. Worst case scenario, they could give you a bit of company like Wilson did in the movie Castaway. That is, if you've lost your marbles. As for added goodies, new items got added, including new forage finds and 3D models. The developers didn't list exactly what those added items might be, so I did some digging. Shout out to Red Scarf Demon from the Zomboid subreddit for making the list, for he is a true champion of the people. The newly added forageables are acorns, dandelions, nettles, ginger root and thistles within the plant category. The developers also added a healthy dose of depression-inducing insects. Here is a full list, but I will name a few. You can now eat slugs and snails like the French, munch on centipedes and chuck a nest of termites, which means protein for days. They also added a new berry named Holly, which is really poisonous in real life, so I assume it will lead to an unfortunate ending and your ultimate demise in game 2. Eat at your own risk. And last but not least, they added more wild herbs like basil, chives, cilantro and the rest of the herbs you would use in cooking. I am already imagining someone in the comments getting triggered that I'm saying herbs instead of herbs. I wonder which pronunciation you guys use, so let me know. Getting back to the wild herbs, there is a catch with them. You cannot actually use them in cooking just yet. Currently you can only eat them raw, but I'm sure that will get changed later on. These wild herbs also have their own search focus in the game now too. I am very satisfied with the foraging system getting expanded, and I hope to see it expand to cooking also. For being able to make your nice dishes with wild foraged foods will make it that much more epic. And thanks to our friend Red Scarf once again for that precious treasure that is called information. Moving on from foraging, the unstable beta build now also adds different types of ambience depending on your location. Listen in to this mall ambience music for example. I quite like it and it seems very peaceful. I can imagine it to be very nice to listen to, as you get chased by a bunch of bloodthirsty maniacs. Next to the mall music ambience, there's now also sounds to indicate the power shutting off. Pretty neat, eh? I love that they're adding these tiny details, for it will make the world that much more real and unnerving, as you realize the power cuts off and you're now truly on your own. They added new sounds for other activities also, like when using a barbecue, sitting at a campfire or for pumping gas and so on. Moving away from the unstable build, the developers let us know about some other stuff they're working on also. They let us know that they are still working on the farm animals and also on some of the wild animals and their basic AI functioning. Here is some work in progress there that they showed. Considering they are work in progress, bear in mind that they might change. And as you've maybe seen on the video's thumbnail, there's a lot of new fishing news too. They are currently working on water splashes caused by the fish, which will be an immersive indicator of where groups of fish might be located, as seen here. Now it will visually tell you where the fish are and later even show splashes as the fish fights for its dear life, as you try to pull it out of the water. Which will be something you will be actually able to see, like this magnificent fish. Of course, with the fish actually moving and you're actually pulling them out of the water, fishing will become more than just letting your character fish and then speeding up time. For now you actually have to pay attention somewhat and reel the fish in, which I think is really cool. And to change your fishing odds, there will also be new lines and hooks that you can attach to your fishing rod. And for the more lazy fishermen, there will also be a fishing net you can place down, which can of course also catch fish and a bit of trash here and there. The rest of the news is mostly regarding multiplayer fixes and improvements when it comes to performance. And of course a lot of bug fixes. But this will be all from me for now. If you've liked the video, consider joining the top 5.3%, for resistance is futile. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again very, very soon.